Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's going on? It's your boy AB. Welcome to a new episode of Open Gym over here at Open Gym Network, man. Let's get all the pleasantries out of the way because it's a great Monday morning. And right now, I got a lot to talk about. So let's get all the stuff out the way. To our sponsor, SeatGeek, you already know at sign up at registration. Use my promo code only the number one AB. Again, that's only the number one AB at sign up to get and with your first purchase, you get $20 off. Make sure you follow that. Make sure you follow all the social networks. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share this show because we want more people to hear about what's going on over here at Open Gym Network, man. And the more that come here, the more content we can make, the more fun we can have, the more interaction we going to have. Help me help you bring the best content that we going to do over here at Open Gym Network. And yes, now that all that is out the way, let's get right into it. Because this is where we at. We are here on a Monday morning, January 15th, the day after the one and only Super Bowl bound, MVP led, MVP favorite, Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys lose in their first playoff game against the Green Bay Packers. Losing to them, man, 48-32. And it doesn't even explain what really happened during that game. But before I even get through everything, get down the list, let's start here. I'm going to start here, right here, because I want to get this out the way right now. The Dallas Cowboys, within the past 3, 4, maybe 5 years, always been, it's the coach. It's the coach. First it was Mr. Clapp. Mr. Clapp versus him. Then it was Kellen Moore. All he wants to do is throw. The offensive coordinator that was there after Mr. Clapp left. He stayed on as the OC when Mike McCarthy came in rather. Then it was Kellen Moore. We need to go back to the basics. We need to run the ball. Let's use the run to set up the pass. All right, he's out of here now. Now we down to Mike McCarthy, Super Bowl winning coach from the Green Bay Packers, who was led by Aaron Rodgers, two-time MVP, Hall of Famer, we know. So he comes over, he's going to stabilize it. He's a coach. He's going to set a culture in the defense, in this organization. Oh, now it's the coach. So first it was Mr. Clapp. All he did was clap. Jason Garrett, that is, if you don't know who Mr. Clapp is. Jason Garrett. Get him out of here. Bring in McCarthy, but we keep the OC. We going to throw. Oh, Kellen Moore. No. Oh, now is Mike McCarthy. This Dallas Cowboys team within the past 5 years has better teams early on than even what this team is now. When are we going to stop blaming the head coach or the OC over in Dallas? When is it going to be the players? They have the same roster that they had for the last 5 years. Yes, old linemen got a little hurt, more older rather. Some are hurt. Zeke not here anymore, but Tony Paul is supposed to be, upgrade, more explosive. Zeke was done. Got CeeDee Lamb, Mr. Number 88, 100 catches on the year. Michael Gallup, Jake Ferguson, Brandon Cooks, and returning that quarterback, Dak Prescott, is going to lead them to the Super Bowl. It's the same team DeMarcus, not DeMarcus. Yeah, DeMarcus Lawrence. You don't have the linebacker Van Der Esch anymore, but you got solid linebackers. You got Stephen Gilmore, Stephen whatever. Deron Bland, six INTs for pick sixes, and you know Quinn at the defensive coordinator who was up for a defensive coaching job, and after that defensive performance by them last night on Sunday afternoon, he might have played his way out of a head coaching job who he was on top of everybody's radar. Dan Quinn. All these players are still here. You adding to it. Michael Parsons here now. Should be wrecking shop. Did nothing. When is it going to be the players? When is it going to be the players? It's been the same guys, even with better teams, and they blamed everyone. Jason Garrett, Kellen Moore, now Mike McCarthy, who now they saying he needs to be fired. Granted, he ain't the best coach. I'm not saying he deserves to be here still. But in the same token, when are the players going to be held accountable? Dak Prescott has been the quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys for the last 8 years. He's been with the organization for the last 8. He's been a starter over 7 years now. And it's still the same results. When the lights are the brightest and the TVs are and the cameras are everywhere and the amount of people and the fans and the pressure mounts, they do it every time. Dak Prescott folds under pressure each and every time. But let's look at this though. If you were just to look at the stats, if you just look at the stats overall, if I was to sit here and say Dak Prescott threw 60 times and completed 41 of his passes, threw for 403 yards, 3 TDs. CeeDee Lamb had 9 catches, 110 yards. You would think that probably was a winning. That was a win. That was a win, especially stacked up against the stats against Jordan Love, who threw who completed 16 of 21 of his passes for 272 yards, 3 TDs. Just compared to quarterbacks, you would think, oh, Dak, no, because when you watch that game from snap one, the defense, first of all, didn't even show up to the party. So I don't even know what's going on. Michael Parsons and them, Michael Parsons didn't record a sack. All world defensive player of the year. Saying this, saying that, saying they the best defense. This defense is going to be on a historic level, break all these records, be up there with the Ravens. All these things. Michael Parsons didn't get a sack. Didn't get a sack. Again, great. You would think Dak had a great game, but this is why you got guys like Shannon Sharp and different guys like that calling them empty, what is it, empty calorie Dak? Empty stat Dak? Because the game was long over. The game was long done. It was 21 to like 3 for a minute. 27. The game been over. But you wouldn't think, obviously, now it's time to shine. Let's get all the yards. Let's throw deep. Now CD can get open. Let's throw deep. We down 50 points. They put up almost 50 points on you. 50 burger. They put a 40-piece McNugget up on you. In a playoff game? One of the hottest teams coming into the playoffs. The division champions, NFC champions. And you get smoked by Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers, the youngest team in the NFL. Smoked. Could not keep up with them. I know they're going to say that this defense is built to play with leads. So if it was a great strategy by Matt LaFleur and the Packers to receive the ball when they won the toss. You get up on them. You already put Dak and the Cowboys in a position to do something that they don't like to do. That in every moment, in every situation where it's time for them to sit there and actually be something and show their worth and tell you why they are who they are, they do what they do. They do what they do. Lose. Again, this is on Dak. What Shady say? Dak is ass. Because again, 8 years in, by now you should have some type of win. Right now you should have more than 2 playoffs wins in your career. I believe the stat was like 2 for 5, 3 or something like that. Whereas his first year in the playoffs, someone like CJ Stroud already got more. Wow. Wow. Dallas Cowboys. It's not even a shocker anymore. I literally watching that game laughing because it's crazy. And I know y'all gonna try to do it. Talk about the Eagles. Obviously, we gotta play tonight, Monday night. Win X. Forget that. We already knew we stunk going into this game, going into our game. So it's more so like we're more so looking on the side of like, shoot, if we get a win, that's all right. That's a stepping stone. Let's see what we can do moving forward. And I'll speak on that later on. But again, Dak Prescott, I'm sorry. I know they want to talk about the coaches. I know they want to talk about the defense. But what I told you before, even when it comes to the Eagles, the NFL is an offensive league. And especially when the playoffs come, not everybody got a stout defense, so you're going to score points. You see that Lions and Rams game, they were scoring points. They had to, and just made the key stops during the game to seal the game, the Lions. So you got to score points, and that comes down to the quarterback. He was an MVP candidate, favorite, whatever you want to do it, to now literally getting embarrassed in the first round of the playoffs to a 7th seed, something that has never been done. A 7th seed in the NFL playoffs have never won a playoff game. And guess who just got that accolade? Guess who just broke that record? You guys down there in Dallas, them Dallas Cowboys, man. Congratulations. 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 Jordan Love had a solid, efficient game. Like I said, 16 for 21, 272 yards, 3 TDs. Aaron Jones, 21 rushes, 118 yards, 3 TDs. The defense was playing physical. Soon as the Dallas Cowboys caught the ball, they was on you. They was tackling. You add in, got the young stud, Romeo Dobbs, 6 catches, 115 yards, 1 TD on the night as well, who literally, I did not understand why he was so wide open all night. Through that middle of the field, that deep dig route was there all night. That deep dig route was there all afternoon, rather. Efficient night, great game plan. Even when they could have thrown the ball, they kept pounding the ball, kept running the ball. Because we all know you run that Dallas. That's why they move Michael Parsons around, to try to give him some depth so he can use his speed to run and try to make some penetration and make some tackles. Because you were running right at him. They're built for speed. They're built for leads that they can pin their ears back and go after the quarterback when their team is putting up up 14 or double-digit points on the opponent. Seen a stat as well. This is the 8th time the Cowboys are one and done since 1962. Only behind the Colts, who's done it 10 times. This is the 8th time the Cowboys have won and done. And Dak Prescott easily got about 4 of them. I know. Bring it on. Y'all gonna talk. I understand. I know where the Eagles at. I'm gonna get to them soon, but I know where the Eagles is at. But I'm telling you, this is the most. This is embarrassing with the Dallas Cowboys. You guys were literally telling me the fans, the media was just pumping it up. Super Bowl, Super Bowl, and literally a first round exit. They just gave you the stat, the 8th time in Cowboys history that they've been one and done in the playoffs since 1996, only behind the Indianapolis Colts, who've done it 10 times. Where did they go from here? Fire the coach? Okay. Go get Bill Belichick? Okay. But you still got Dak Prescott as your quarterback. Plain and simple. Jerry Jones didn't want to comment to the media after the game. Jerry Jones facing that press box. Boy, woo. If Oz could talk, man, it's gonna be. I'm see what Dollar's gonna do this offseason. But listen, talk all you want about the Birds. I do believe it's gonna be a little more fight my Birds gonna do than that. But that was just that. No way you talk the way you talk and the aspirations. And soon as you literally is laid out for you, you beat the Eagles. You got some wins towards the end of the season. You won the division. You had a home game where you haven't lost all year. You haven't lost a home game all year, and you wait into the playoffs to strength the smallest. All year you haven't won. You the best home record in the NFL. And you wait into the playoffs against the 7th seed of the playoffs, and you lose on the greatest advantage that you had. You had everything laid out for you. Healthy team, playing at home. Quarterback and wide receiver is on a streak. Wide receiver caught 100 passes this year. Can't be stopped. Defense is flying around, historic pace to being one of the greats. Everything laid out for you. You play the 7th seed, the Green Bay Packers, the youngest team in the NFL. Got the red carpet laid out for you, and you go out there and crap the bed. Crap the bed, man. Listen, man, them Dallas Cowboys. Woo! How about them Cowboys, man? How about them? With the Dak Prescott thing? Here we go. Home. Man, listen, man. I'm having fun with it. But listen, it's been there all year. It's been there all year. Things I've been seeing, things I've said all year. If you listen, diving into it, knowing that the defense only be able to play with leads, aren't physical as they think you are. Very susceptible on the back end. Brian Bland, yes, he has the 6 picks, but definitely susceptible to getting cooked. Stephen Gilmore, again, was great, but is older now. Isn't as quick, isn't as fast. And at the end of the day, it all goes down to the offense and the guy that's leading them, Dak Prescott. I never was a believer. Dak Prescott give you the numbers that you need. He will look great on paper. He will probably go down as a Hall of Famer of the Cowboys, one of the leaders in all statistical categories when it comes to quarterbacking. But was always, when the time is the time to be what you need to be, to win a Super Bowl, to progress in the playoffs, to be the star that you're supposed to be the franchise quarterback that you need to be. He shows up smallest in the biggest moments. I'm going to just move on right there. Just want to touch on my Eagles real fast. Like I said, they play tonight, 8 p.m. They play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers with new life. with new life. And I wanted to touch on this a little bit because, again, with that Dallas loss, things have changed around. The loser of this the winner of this Tampa Bay Eagles game, or if the Eagles rather was to win this game, instead of traveling to San Francisco in the next round, now we go to Detroit. Well, the Packers beating the Cowboys. Sorry, I made that mistake. But now with the Cowboys losing, if the Eagles win, we now can go to Detroit instead of going to San Francisco. It gives us an opponent that we can match up with. Got to get past Tampa Bay. I do believe it's going to be a bit of a battle because you're going to be missing A.J. Brown. But if they can somehow figure something out, get it together, rather even be utilizing someone like a DeAndre Swift, leaning on him tonight, leaning on DeAndre Swift tonight to be able to carry the load on the ground, where you can run on this Buccaneers team, because the defense is going to be who the defense is. Now you're missing Sidney Brown and possibly Reed Blankenship. So now you're talking about Avonte Maddox starting that safety. And now you're talking about Bradley Roby playing in the corner slot again. Devontae Smith coming off of the ankle injury. DeAndre Swift coming off of illness, even though I feel like that was more of a precautionary getting them rest for the next game, which is this game, the playoff game. I do believe they can figure something out. Lean on him if need be. If they can get past this round, they have a very good chance at beating the Lions. All they need is a win. Then you, like you said, you get A.J. Breck the next round. Got Slay coming back for this game coming up against the Bucks. Hopefully that's something that stabilizes the defense. But all in all, again, this again, an opening, a crack in the door, a seam, a glimmer of light, a glimmer of hope is showing itself again to this team. And this is literally the last chance you got to take an opportunity to beat, even missing key players, to beat a team like Tampa Bay and go into the next round knowing that you have a real chance of building on top of a win that you already had going up against the Detroit Lions. So Sirianni, Brian Johnson, figure some things out. Hopefully get some things recognized. Like I said, you might see a little more Julio Jones, obviously. Maybe this moment of missing A.J. Brown will make Nick, Brian, and even Jalen Hurts on the field to play a little different, to lean on the run game a little more, to lean on this quick, short passing, not bubble screens to the side, but the quick slants. Maybe this will open up maybe we go to the middle of the field a little more to Dallas Goedert. It just maybe this offense can look a little bit more traditional and precise in what they want to do, not having to lean on a guy like A.J. Brown. And maybe they can build on this thing and get things moving in the right direction. And like I said, a path to the Super Bowl is definitely open right up. At the end of the day, you're going to have to get past San Francisco at the end of the day, because I do believe, barring some miracle, that they lose their game in the next round. I do believe there's a path to possibly a Super Bowl, but for sure a path back to the NFC Championship. The NFC Championship is a realistic option that is back on the table for this Philadelphia Eagles team, with the Dallas Cowboys losing to the Green Bay Packers. We gonna see. We gonna see. I appreciate y'all. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and share. It's your boy AB, and we are out of here once again. Yes, sir.